My name is Jason Zorn, and I have the privilege of calling up Joe Fitzke. Joe has lived his young life as an unsung hero. He's a young man who thrives on getting the job that needs to be done, finished and finished well. These jobs are usually the ones no one else will volunteer for, but are as necessary as all the others. Sure, they may not get the glory, but that is not something that has ever concerned Joe. Well, now it's time to give him the recognition he so richly deserves. Joe's been one of Dave McGivern's go-to guys at LACS. His help with keeping the school clean and running smoothly has never gone unnoticed by Dave, who says Joe is always the first to volunteer. Dave also says that he has a very patient demeanor with the younger members of Maintenance Committee who all look up to Joe and try to emulate the work he does. His leadership has inspired others, and he has set an example for older students as well by being such an inclusive member of this school. Joe has found his work in Maintenance Committee so rich, rewarding, and necessary that he focused his anti-bias project around the question of why this committee has traditionally been so male-oriented. The extremely well thought-out survey he gave to the student body not only gave him some important answers to this question, but has inspired a large group of students, both male and female, to sign up for Maintenance Committee next year. This is Joe in a nutshell, inspiring others to do the right thing simply by doing what he has always done. Joe is an avid outdoorsman. His trips over the years have included canoe group, backpacking, biking, and fishing, a trip that he was unofficially teaching assistant on simply because he saw a void that needed to be filled. Again, this is an example of Joe just doing what needed to be done without being asked. In his own words, Joe loves trips because they allowed him to do the things he was passionate about as a young person, but got to take to a whole new level at our school. Joe's passion for the outdoors is closely connected with his friends and family at Eco Village, where he spends much of his time outside having fun with friends, and these connections have matured into an insight into his own real-world connections with our planet and its ecosystem. He loved Dan's ecology class as well as other science and math classes. He was turned on to reading The Omnivore's Dilemma and In Defense of Food through these classes, and thus began to change his own eating habits after realizing that we are not isolated from the natural world around us, and that our decisions have an impact on everything and everyone else. This was a decision that could be expected from someone who, in his own words, has a solid set of morals. I have to do what I think is right. For his future plans, Joe intends to work for a year at Ithaca Bakery to find out what it's like to work full-time, and then he'll be making a decision about further schooling, possibly in culinary arts. This is, of course, if Joe does not already gain fame and notoriety for his place in the Guinness Book of World Records for world's fastest egg cracker. A trick he learned from his brother at the bakery and apparently tried to set 2 weeks ago. How'd it go? Oh, not yet? Okay. Joe, we recognize you for your service to the school and your fellow students. We know you will go far and continue to be a good role model for all of us, and we know that you will continue to spend your life being a good egg. Best wishes. Gabby Cohen. To picture Gabby in school, one would have to imagine